How to map a customer journey while being very precise in identifying the various touchpoints. Quantified, it is key to manage the customer experience, based on customer perceptions and not on companies' assumptions, and able to set action priorities. To achieve this, we start with your customer verbatim comments from your NPS or satisfaction studies. This material is by far the richest, very qualitative, fundamentally experience-driven, and available in great numbers. It's very simple. For example, take Matthew responding to a satisfaction survey after visiting a store. He's asked to rate his experience and to explain the reasons behind the grade. He points out 3 facts. We just identified 3 touch points. Matthew mentions the car park. Jane too has an opinion about the car park, just like other customers who have something to say about the car park, and about other touch points. This is how verbatim comment after verbatim comment, touch point after touch point, we map the customer journey chronologically and upon a number of larger stages. Now let's quantify that. First element, occurrence. It shows the percentage of customers who mentioned each touch point. It's what the blue bubbles show. We can see that some touch points are much more commented on than others. Second element, the blue bars. They show the intensity of the speech from the most satisfied customers, the promoters. The height of the blue bar measures the intensity of the customer's involvement when they talk about the touch point. They can be extremely involved, a high bar, or hardly affected, a small bar. It measures the wow effect, the delight potential of each touch point. The same logic applies to the red bars. They show the intensity of the speech, but from the most dissatisfied customers, the detractors. The depth of the bar measures the virulence of the customer's criticism. It's the risk of disenchantment. Third element, the yellow man. It shows the epicenter of the speech from all customers for each touch point. It shows how the company is performing today. If the yellow man is within the red area, it means that the company is not very good on this specific touch point. If it's within the blue area, it's performing well. High in the blue bar, it's excellent. After quantifying, let's prioritize. How can we identify the 4 or 5 touch points on which resources have to be directed? Here are a few keys to understand how to read the numbers with 4 typical situations. First situation, a huge occurrence bubble, but a tiny blue bar and a tiny red bar, meaning that even the most satisfied customers are not getting excited by the touch point, and even the most dissatisfied ones are not that vociferous. Conclusion, no need to invest on this touch point, although very much commented on. The delight potential is low, as is the risk of disenchantment. Second situation, a high blue bar with a small occurrence of only 2%. That means that a best practice has been identified, infrequent but with a real impact on customers. Conclusion, this is a best practice, building customer delight, which needs to be deployed from 2% of occurrence today to 20% or even 30% tomorrow. Third situation, a very deep red bar with a tiny occurrence, meaning that an intense frustration has been identified, a customer insight with a high involvement but hardly commented on because only a few customers are able to articulate comments on this issue. Conclusion, it is a weak signal which allows to identify emerging expectations and therefore opportunities for new services or new offers. Fourth and last situation, a big occurrence bubble with significant red and blue bars, while the yellow man stands within the red area, meaning that this situation is widespread and with a bad average performance as the yellow man is in the red. However, when the company is doing well, customers are truly delighted, and when it performs poorly, their satisfaction is deeply impacted. Conclusion, this is a major priority project according to the tremendous improvement potential. Resources and investments need to be directed towards this touch point. And behind the high blue bar, we have a wealth of verbatim comments from customers who've been impressed and who provide us with a ready-made recipe which just needs to be followed. Therefore, the idea is, among all the touch points, to identify those able to make a true difference, with memorable moments, those with a strong proven impact on customer satisfaction, which have the power to deeply change the proposed experience.